Tá querendo comprar cartões para Xbox, PlayStation e Nintendo? Vai na 03 Games, link na descrição. Fala aí pessoal, tudo beleza? Guilherme aqui trazendo mais um vídeo do game Red Dead Redemption do Nintendo Switch. Não é nesse vídeo que a gente vai terminar o jogo, tá? Tem mais umas missões, mas estamos chegando aí, chegamos na parte final dele. Então deixa o like, deixa o joinha e vamos lá conhecer a mulher, a esposa do John Marston. O retorno do fora-da-lei.
Abigail! Jack! Anyone here? Anyone home? Oh, darling. I never thought I'd see this day again.
You no-good hillbilly piece of shit! I thought you was dead! I thought you was dead, John, huh? Where you been? Where you been?
You know where I've been, darling. You know.
You saw Dutch, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw him.
And Bill?
Yeah, I saw him too.
And you didn't go back to him?
I left that life. Just as you left yours. How'd they treat you?
Oh, I can take care of myself, John. One guard got funny on me one time, but I wasn't so ladylike and he didn't try it again. Nor no one else.
How's the boy?
Oh, like you. And like me. Well, he's like a kid growing up without a father.
That ain't fair.
What is fair?
Well, some trees flourish, others die. Some cattle grow strong, others are taken by wolves. Some men are born rich enough and dumb enough to enjoy their lives. Ain't nothing fair, you know that.
We tried to change. I mean, ain't that what you're supposed to do?
We did change. And it's over now. Jack! Jack, come here, boy.
Hello, sir.
Come here. How you been?
Coyotes ate all the chickens and poachers took the cattle. I tried, Father. I tried.
I know you did, son. I know.
And don't you go blaming me, boy. Don't you go blaming me.
I ain't blaming no one, old man, but since you're still alive, there's 4 mouths to feed. And no cattle.
That's a nice way to greet somebody. Why don't I get a warm and tender embrace?
Consider the fact I ain't put a bullet in your embrace, old man. You were supposed to look after the place.
I did. Well, I did my best. Thing is, there was too many of them. I thought you was dead. I wasn't drinking.
Hold your excuses until you figured out which one to use. Jack, go get your bags packed, boy. We got work to do. We leave in the morning. Go on.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going?
Well, it's getting kind of dark now, but in the morning we've got to go get ourselves some more cattle. I've got friends at McFarland's ranch. It's over in Hennigan's stead who can sell us some. Now, Abigail, I hope you've learned to cook.
Yes. Didn't I say, rather than some prison, they actually kept me incarcerated in a cooking school for young ladies.
A família dele é legal demais, né, cara? Então tá, né? Vamos lá. Vá até o Jack. Fala, Jack. Estamos chegando aí. Caraca, o sol nem nasceu ainda, velho.
Hello, sir.
Fala aí, filho, beleza?
Are you ready? Let's haul out.
Monte no seu cavalo. Tô tentando. Vamos cavalgar, meu filho. Tá tudo certo. Olha lá. Que bonitinho. Ele ficou muito feliz, né? Com o John Marston voltando. Não vai ter uma conversinha durante o caminho, não? O cavalo tá louco ali, ó. Tá maluco, cavalão.
Come on. How you feeling, Jack?
I'm feeling fine, sir.
We got a decent ride ahead of us.
I've never been to Hennigan's Stead. How do you know these ranchers?
I met them while I was away. The McFarlands are good people. We need folks we can trust
Careful.
right now. Let's go.
Ué, tem que ir pro outro lado? Eu tô indo errado, eu sou muito burro. Eu errando com o meu filho do caminho.
Where were you riding off to? Hey,
Pra
Paul.
onde você tava indo, não interessa.
Where were you all that time? Where'd you go?
What'd your mother tell you?
She said it was some kind of important government business.
That's about right. Some people thought I owed them some favor.
Why did they take us away?
They thought it wasn't safe for you here by yourself. Those men harm you?
No, they're okay. Some of them even told me stories. I think I'd like to be a government man one day. Or a politician.
I'd rather you chose an honest profession.
Muito
Like
bom.
you, you think?
I know I ain't been the best father, Jack. I made some bad choices. But all that life, it's over now.
Falando que quero ser um político ou do governo. Ele falou, escolhe uma profissão honesta. Ah, cara, muito bom, velho, na moral.
Touching Bill? Why you went away?
Who told you that?
I kept hearing people say their names. That's all.
Yeah, I caught up with Bill and Dutch. We had some old business needed settling.
Where are they now?
They're gone, son. We won't be seeing them again.
They were angry at you, weren't they? That's why we had to leave.
They was just good men who turned bad. I'll explain it to you one day.
And what does that make you?
I guess I'm a bad man who tried to be a good father. I don't know. Every man has a right to change. A chance of forgiveness.
Look out!
Calma. Caraca, tá difícil de cavalgar com essa criança aí.
Never read me the good book, sir.
Well, I imagine that's what it says.
Os caras estão falando da Bíblia nessa época, né, cara? Porque a Bíblia é bem antiga, né? Então, tá muito louco, né? Ele falando ali, não é o que o livro sagrado fala.
So,
Que as
you
pessoas têm
ready
que
to
tentar
learn
ser
about
boas.
herding cattle?
I've never seen you hurt anything, Paul. Apart from the odd pack of drugs.
The McFarlands were good to me, and I helped them out in return. I learned a few things along the way. Wait till you see their ranch. It's what ours will be one day.
I read in the newspaper that ranching's dead. Soon it'll just be factories and businesses around here.
You shouldn't believe everything you read.
I was thinking, maybe I might be a businessman.
I thought you wanted to be a writer. There's the ranch. Come on, let's see if we can find Mr. McFarland.
Vamos ver se eles estão por aí. Fala, galera.
Easy up now.
John Marston. Now, there's a face I thought I'd never see again. Some of our public servants in Blackwater sent you back on another homicidal errand to protect and save us from Lord only knows what.
Thankfully not, sir. I was hoping you might still be able to sell me some cattle.
My boy, it would be a pleasure. Bonnie's out in the crowd now. She'll be more than happy to help you.
Take care now, Mr. McFarland. Good luck. All right, Jack. You're gonna have
Cavalgue
an
até a
important
Bonnie.
job. I want you to lead the herd while I drive them from the back. Keep us all moving in the right direction.
Sure, Paul. I can do that, no problem.
And if you see cows straying off,
Vamos descer dos cavalos.
What are you doing?
Ah, descer, não é pra descer do cavalo?
Lord, do my eyes deceive me? A devil walks among us.
I said I'd be back when this was all over, Miss McFarland. After the barn fire, you remember?
Of course I remember. I just didn't believe a word of it. So, you've come for some cattle?
Yeah, I'm finally starting up my farm again. Or trying to, at least.
You'll be fine. You've been taught well. Come on, then.
Por que o moleque tá meio estranho? Posicione-se atrás do rebanho. Vamos lá. Me ensinaram. Vamos lá. Vamos, gado. Gado demais. Ó, o cara fazendo sinal ali.
Jack,
Maneiro.
keep 'em headed towards the river.
Quero ver levar todas essas vacas, velho. Todo esse gado aqui. Ah, uma pergunta, quantos deles são macho, quantos deles são fêmea? Não sei, velho. Ah, mas eu vou comprar 15? Sabe quanto é que custa uma cabeça de gado, pessoal? Ah, tem cabeça de gado que é uns 30 mil, velho. Na moral, tem vários.
It's a long story. Too long to tell without a drink in my hand.
Back to the riddles, I see. And Mr. Williamson?
Let's just say Bill and I settled our differences.
Quer dizer que nós matamos ele, né? Essa é a real, né?
Easy.
So, is this your boy?
Yeah. Say hello to Miss McFarland, Jack.
Hello?
Ah, the arrogance of youth. He gets a little fur on his lip and he thinks he knows best all of a sudden.
Must take after his father.
Tá difícil. Vamos pra lá. Vamos.
How's your wife?
She's well, I think. We haven't had much time to talk yet.
Well, I'm glad you're back together again.
It's gonna take some time. We've all been through a lot.
Eita. Não, não, não. Pera aí. Pra lá. Vocês estão loucos? O que vocês estão fazendo? Caraca, velho. Tá difícil. Quem falou que era fácil enganar o gado, tá ligado? Ô, amigão. Amigão. Ah, caiu. Caraca, o bicho tá doente, velho. Maluco das ideias.
Looks like you got him under control. I best get back to Pa.
Nice to see you again, Miss McFarland. And thanks for everything.
Body is so...
Vamos lá, gadinho, vamos. Gado demais.
We need to move him across the river.
Quero ver fazer eles passarem pro outro lado do rio, né, velho? Gado não tem medo de água? Não sei, quase todo bicho tem medo de água que eu conheço, velho. Cachorro, gato, rato, periquito. Olha que bonitinho. Isso aí, pessoal. Nossa, tá difícil de cavalgar aqui na água, hein? Coitadinho do cavalo.
Good job, son. Just lead him straight up the hill towards home.
Will do, Pa.
Sério, é muito dinheiro aqui, cara. Claramente o John Marston não teria essa grana pra comprar tanta cabeça de gado. Espero que seja a maior parte vaca, né? Pra dar leite. Se aparecer algum vacilão, eu vou meter bala. Olha aí, tô com meu filho aqui. Vocês não fiquem na nossa frente, por favor. Obrigado. Meio longe, né? Mas agora eles estão indo bonitinho. É só nenhuma querer fazer uma besteira aqui que tá tudo certo.
Hold up, Jack. This don't look right.
Opa! O que tem de errado?
Stay back, son. I'll hold him off.
Meu Deus.
That ain't nothing.
Pera aí. Pronto. Por que os caras vieram atrás de mim, velho? O que eu fiz pra vocês, velho? Os caras lá ainda, velho. Recarrega. Nossa, mas vocês são uns lixos, hein?
I think that's all up. Jack, wait there. I'm coming. Yeah. Come on.
Aí, meu filho. Tá tudo
You
bem?
all right? You're not hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine. I wasn't scared, honest.
Sorry you had to see that, son. Those men won't be stealing from anybody else. Jack, head left up the road towards home.
I know where I'm going, Pa.
Onde é que tá indo? Tô ligado. Recanto Beecher's Rope. O que é um Beecher? É o sobrenome deles? Não sei. Hope é esperança, galera. Agora, Beecher. Sei lá, mano. Se vier mais gente, a gente mete mais bala, não tem problema. Ai, por que sempre tem um gado que sai do caminho? Vai pra lá, meu filho. Para de ser chato, cara. Vocês são insuportáveis, sabia? Que nem os gados normal. Vamos lá. Na minha época, gado era outra coisa, né? Gado era o cara que fazia as coisas pras mulheres, tá ligado? Qualquer coisa aí. Aí agora gado virou negócio de política. E agora, tá, cada hora os caras inventam uma coisa diferente, né? Será que ali é a nossa propriedade? É passando essa cerquinha? Um xizinho ali, né? Isso que a gente chegou. Aê! Agora é só botar no cercado. Lá. Cadinho. Ih, só o moleque tá aprendendo, velho. É, acho que ele não tem medo de nada.
Nice work, son.
We made it.
Did real good out there. Go on. Hit your horse and wait for me by the stable.
Eu não tenho que fechar o cercado?
Whoa. Come on, easy up now.
Vamos amarrar o cavalo
That's
aqui.
a fine herd we got ourselves. Did a good job, son. Nice shooting.
Thanks, Pa.
Make a rancher of you yet.
Nossa, ele tá muito feliz. Que bonitinho. 15 vacas reunidas. Tudo bem. É uma missão do Jack aqui? Volte outra hora. Não quero voltar outra hora. Vamos fazer a missão da esposa dele, então? Ou a gente tem que voltar outra hora também? Vamos ver o que que rola. Aê. Teste.
What you cooking?
Same thing I've been cooking the past 15 years with the hope of poisoning you.
Ain't working so well.
Not yet.
I'll be honest, though. Tastes bad enough to kill a man.
I never was much of a cook, but I did try to be a good wife.
And you have been.
Given what we was and what we came from, I think we've gone and done okay. I look at Jack. I look at him and I think we've been blessed. Maybe he can be something more.
He's a good kid. He can be whatever he wants to be. He ain't gonna be no frontier gunslinger killing and running no gang, though. That way's over. Railroads and government and motor cars and everything gone and done away with all that.
And he ain't gonna marry no orphaned working girl running with a bunch of hucksters, neither.
If he meets one like you, I hope he'll marry her.
Stop. For an illiterate gunslinger, you sure know how to make a girl blush. God damn crows! John! You have got to go deal with them. They've broken into the silo again and are eating all the corn out from it.
Of course, my angel.
Wait, get out of there.
All right, all right.
Come on. Scat. Shh.
Então tá, né? Ah, como é que eu vou espantar os corvos? No tiro? Vai, corvarada! Será que se eu subir eu consigo dar uns tiros melhor neles? Não dá pra subir. A escada tá quebrada. Não vai fazer nada, velho? Só eu, né? Vambora! Vamos! Sai daí! Nossa, mas os bichos não desistem, cara. Ó, tem uns ali. Meu Deus, eles estão roubando todo o milho. Vamos lá. Não dá pra marcar os corvos? Tá. Um ali. Um ali. Caraca, velho. Bicho insistente. Os bichos não tem medo de tiro, cara. Cara, não sei o que fazer. É louro. Pronto. Toma, seus lixos. Pra galera.
Finally. Now about that stew.
Aê. Facinho, né? É, depois que a gente aprende como é facinho, né? Vamos ver se tem mais uma missão aqui da Abigail pra fazer. Velhos amigos.
John,
Novos não sei o que.
We got a telegram from some lady friend of yours, a Bonnie something or other. Something you ain't telling me?
Bonnie McFarlane. She's a friend. Saved my life when I went after Bill and nearly got myself killed again.
Oh, now you two's in the habit of sending each other letters. How very nice.
It weren't nothing like that. What's it say?
I don't know. I can't. Well, you know I can't read.
Give it here.
You read that thing out loud?
I ain't hiding nothing. Dear Mr. Marston, stop. Need corn sacks. Stop. Emergency. Stop. Weevils and moths ate entire county supply. Stop. Can you help? Not exactly the most romantic request now, is it?
I guess not. She saved your life, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then you're gonna have to help her and her family out. We've got a plentiful supply of corn sacks over near the silo. About the one thing Uncle didn't manage to have stolen while we was gone.
Okay.
Hurry back, John. And John, what's she like?
You know. A little bit like you, I guess. She's a woman in a man's world.
Ciumenta, para de ser tão ciumenta.
Wait!
Desse jeito nenhum homem te aguenta.
Maybe I should meet this McFarlane woman.
Olha, ó.
Well, come on then. Let's get going.
Olha os filmes. Sério que a gente tem tempo? Porque senão eles vão
I
morrer?
don't think I can let you go off again without me.
Fair enough. I'm glad of the company. You only had to ask.
Ask? I was waiting for you to ask me.
I thought you'd want to keep an eye on the boy.
Oh, while you were off cavorting with cowgirls in the next county? I don't think so, John Marston. You only just got home. That Jack has seen enough of me for a lifetime. So,
Ela,
is she married? This Bonnie McFarlane?
No,
What does she look like?
I don't know. Pretty normal, I suppose.
Normal? What? Normal like me?
No, normal as in 2 eyes, mouth, nose, that kind of normal. Besides, ain't no woman fine as you.
A little flattery. Now we're finally getting somewhere.
If you find yourself in a hole, the first thing to do is stop digging.
Another pearl of wisdom from John Marston. I sure do miss those.
I never took you for the jealous type, Abigail.
I ain't jealous so much as curious.
You heard what she wrote. It's just some corn. She saved my life, and she was decent enough to me, so I owe her this much at least.
Meu Deus, cara, eu vou virar essa carroça, velho.
How did she save your life anyway?
She found me half dead on the side of the road and took me to the doctor. Most folks would have left me there.
Half dead from what?
Bill didn't take so kindly to me visiting unannounced.
Bill never did like surprises. How was he?
Same as he was when we left. Angry and dumb. Taking his revenge out on the world. People down there was really scared of him.
A Bill? You gotta be kidding me. He was only frightening if he was afraid of dumb fools.
Bill weren't so bad, but when Dutch went crazy, Bill took it hard.
For a while, we all thought we'd found something right. A better way to live, but it was just a lie. So you saw it before they did.
Maybe. But they was still kind of a family.
A family that left you for dead. You knew the truth, John, and they hated you for it.
É verdade. Era tudo um bando de
Where'd
arrombidos.
they take you?
Who?
Those government bastards. Where did they hold you and Jack?
I ain't sure. They kept their eyes covered there and back. Can't have been too far from here, though.
They treat you right?
It ain't the first time I've had a gun to my head, John. You're forgetting your marriage proposal.
Very funny.
No, they learned pretty quick what would happen if they laid a finger on me.
Sons of bitches.
It wasn't them or being there. I didn't care about that. I've been in far worse situations.
Chegamos. Boa.
You came. Thank you so much. We lost the entire harvest.
Miss McFarlane, I'd like you to meet my wife, Abigail.
Oh, ain't you quite the gentleman all of a sudden? It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Marston.
Likewise. Thank you for saving my husband's life. And for teaching the miserable goat some manners, among other things.
I didn't teach him anything. I know better than to try to change a man. You should meet my father.
Oh, people can change, Miss McFarland. John and I have to believe that more than anybody.
This is a decent first harvest for you, John. You should be proud. That's good land you got there.
How are you feeling, Mrs. Marston? From what your husband told me, it must have been awful for you.
I've been through worse, and I knew he'd be back before too long. He can't cook a meal to save his life.
Abigail, in my darkest hours, when I was most homesick, just the thought of one of your rat meat stews kept me pushing forward.
Well, about as amusing as a weeping saddle sore, ain't he, Miss McFarland? If you're gonna start yammering about women's work, John, I'd say you might be in the wrong company.
I'd say so, too.
I never felt so outnumbered.
É, cara, o saco de 20, 30 quilos, pelo menos, né? Pesado o bagulho, velho. Viu, mulher? Foi tranquilo. Ó a cara de inveja. Ai, que droga. Ele já tinha uma mulher. Que tristeza. Ó, viu? Eu falei? Fazer o quê?
Ma'am?
Caraca, a mulher vai olhar por quantas horas aí. É isso. Certo que o John Marston é bonitão, mas meu Deus, né? Vamos ouvir a conversa de volta agora? Big Brother?
So that was the famous Bonnie.
That was her, all right.
Era ela.
She's normal, like I said.
Well, you always wanted to be a rancher. I'd have thought she'd be just your thing. The perfect rancher's wife, if I ever saw one.
I already got a rancher's wife.
I'm only teasing. I like her, and I'm glad she saved your life. Most of the time, anyways.
The McFarlands are good people.
She did blush redder than a shepherd's sunset when she saw you, though.
I have that effect on women.
You've clearly had one too many blows to the head.
You ain't wrong about that, Mrs. Marston.
O cara não vale nada, né, velho?
That's quite a ranch they got there.
That'll be us someday. As soon as we get back on our feet.
I don't know, John. How many times can we start again? An outlaw and a working girl. We ain't exactly farmers.
We are now. Forget that life. It's over.
Do you really believe that?
We have to. It's the only way we'll ever have a future.
The life we led, that doesn't go away. It's never over. You think those government men are just gonna leave us alone now?
The old gang's dead. I did what they asked.
And that's it?
Nossa.
Life, crime, forgiven?
We're back together, ain't we?
Until they decide you owe them something else.
Sometimes I think I was the stupid one for believing I could get out. Maybe Dutch, Bill, and Javier were just being honest with themselves.
You ain't perfect, John, and I sure ain't. But you're better than they are, than they were.
Maybe we can't change, but we gotta try, for Jack's sake. Even if we have to start again 100 times. It's better than going back to what we were.
Que bonitinho, né, cara? A família, né, mano?
Angry, upset. He's been
Ó a bateria
through a lot.
fraca no controle aí,
He's
ó.
gonna be all right.
It's gonna take time. For a while, his world was safe, normal even. Then it got turned upside down again.
He ain't saying much about it.
I've tried to talk to him, but how do you explain any of this? What do you say when he asks about Uncle Bill and Uncle Dutch? They were his family when he was a little boy.
He hides away in those books of his.
Wouldn't you? It ain't like the real world's done him many favors. He's just been kidnapped. He grew up with the gang. That's no life for a boy.
We did our best to protect him.
Come on, John. He saw things no boy should see.
É verdade. Mas é o que tem pra hoje, família. Que bonitinho.
We did good today, John. I guess I better go fix us something to eat.
Valeu, moça. Aquele abraço. Daquele jeito, hein? Muita honra, olha só. Estamos honrados já. Bom, pessoal, o que eu queria mostrar pra vocês é isso aí. Obrigado a todos, até o próximo vídeo do Red Dead Redemption do Switch. Até mais e...